Yeah, and tell me. So we are discussing load and unload utilities. Load means copying. Okay. So general terminology in other database means import and export. Import means loading data. So loading means here in Redshift the terminology is copy, and export. General terminology in other databases is unloading. Unloading means always from current database or current data warehouse to external file. So that is export. So here the term in Redshift is unload. Okay, so copy is for import, unload is for export. So we have seen copy. Copy means we should always copy from source to Redshift. But whatever your source may be, you will first bring it into S3 while working in cloud. The first point, whatever your source may be, okay, MySQL, DB2, Sybase, or RDS, Postgres, whatever it may be, you will first, I mean, they will export their data and put it in S3. So you will consume from S3 and copy into your target Redshift. So that's why you will see copy script will always have one S3 file as a source. Okay, copy table name from S3 path. I'll show you again copy script command. Copy table name from S3 IAM role you will be giving. So always your source for copy is S3. Okay, now in unload, what you are doing, what is concept of unload? You will unload or export data from Redshift to file. So here in unload also, your target will always be a file. Of course, any unload, any database, any unload or export, your target will always be stored in the file. Any database you take, if you do unload means their terminology is export, but here the terminology is unload. So unload means what? You will copy or you will select the data from table and put it in some file. That's what unload means. Okay, so unload means basically in that query you will I mean in that unload you will run one query, and the result of that query will be put it in a file. That is called unload. Okay, so and here the file is S3. For example, in for example MySQL or Teradata or Oracle, if you do unload, what you will do is you will run some select statement, and select statement means it will retrieve some data, right? So the data you will store in a file, that is called unload. But here the file is in S3, so output of the unload is S3 file. So, and what you will be doing as part of unload, you will be running select statement only. For example, I will show you some examples. Before going to that, see, um, Somnath, if it is a CSV file, yeah, the copy command will be like this. See, copy table, same copy table name from your S3 means in this S3 your CSV file will be there. Whatever that S3, just colon, I mean S3 colon, whatever S3 path in S3 bucket, and IAM role, and you will just mention it as a CSV because it's a CSV file. Like for JSON, we are doing JSON. Okay, for CSV, we'll just mention it as a CSV. For
So what is
Farkit, you
auto?
will, sorry,
Auto, JSON auto.
No, this is JSON. JSON, we discussed it, I think, day before yesterday. Only for
Mhm,
JSON, we'll be giving JSON auto, or I think, for example, I had told you, right?
mhm,
Copy examples. So, because I'll tell you that only in JSON, the data will be there in value pair, right? Key value pair. Key value
mm,
pair means column value, column value, column value. Okay, so
mm,
auto means you no need to maintain the order, it will automatically recognize. So like this, your JSON file,
mm.
bracket. So for example, I have already shown, I will open one file. So only for JSON you will mention auto means you automatically recognize the order of the values. That's what JSON auto. For example, I'll open one of the, to take this JSON, see how the data will be. It will be within the braces.
Mm,
See like this,
mm,
bracket.
mm,
Okay, so key value, department number value, dname value, location
mm,
value, department number value. So because we are key means column name value,
mm.
so it no need to be in department number 20, dname, location. You can give in any order. Okay, it will automatically recognize. Auto means.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm,
so that's why while working with the JSON, yeah, these are the options available. Auto option. Okay, auto ignore those things. Auto option means you see here it's mentioned. To load from JSON data using the auto option, the JSON data must consist of set of objects. The key names must match the column names. See, the key names means key means column names must match the column names, but the order does not matter. Okay, so if you use auto, so see here category description, category ID, group. But here you see category group is first. Here category description. Here category group. Here category ID means order is not important if you use auto, CJSON auto, because in every field you are mentioning field name comma value in the data file. Understand?
yes, sir. Got
Yeah. So yeah. This we discussed day before yesterday. What we discussed yesterday is CSV file. CSV file, same as here. Just you mention CSV at the end. That is mentioning your file is a CSV. See here. Okay, copy table name from S3. Okay, IAM role you will put and you will just mention CSV. Means it will automatically understand your file is a CSV file and it will load it.
it.
Okay,
Mm.
see, this is what we did yesterday. CSV. Similarly, for Parquet, you just need to mention Parquet. See, copy table name from your path of your Parquet file. S3 path of your Parquet file. Okay, IAM role.
So can we provide multiple file names?
Multiple
File names?
files. Yeah, at the time you see, you have to give, here you say have given complete file, right? You have to give like with slash. So it will consider everything that is there after this slash. Same like in Linux. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You got it right. I mean, in Windows, if you give, this is like folder. Whatever is there after this in this folder, it will consider. In Linux also, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mentioned like this means I gave the exact file name. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So actually, this is called manifest in our Redshift terminology. Manifest file. Manifest file means I'll tell you. You will give path like that. Okay, and it will load both the files. I mean, not only both. Whatever is there in that bucket, it will load. For example, see copy source. Yeah, for example, let me see what are these files. dp21. Yeah, so 10, 20, 30, 40. dp21. Yeah, see, I will show. I will run this. dpt1 is 10, 20, 30, 40, and dpt2 is 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You see, both are comma delimited files. Do you observe that?
Yes,
Both
sir.
are comma DC 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so both are there in this directory. I mean, we should not say directory and all, both are there in this path. Okay, this is bucket. Okay, so okay, so I need to load these two files at the same time. Okay, I mean, that's what, right? Your question.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, see, I will load this. Yeah, those are comma delimited files, right? So you can take any yeah, delimited comma. You can take this example. So copy. Okay. So I'll just check any table. Select star from dpt underscore cg1. Okay, no problem. We load it into dpt table. So if the any, we will delete from this table first. Then we load fresh so that you will get clarity. Yeah. So you will not get any data, no data. So you can also check select count star. 0 you should get. That means table is empty. Okay. Yeah. So now we want to load those two files at the same time. Okay. These two. So basically S3 department source, actually the path. Okay, how to go to one of the file and copy this URL. Okay, and put it here. And you see, if you put up to dpt1.txt, it will load only dpt1.txt. So if you want to load everything that is there in dpt source, you should give like this. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is there in that bucket, in that path? Two files are there,
Yes,
right? In
Yes, sir.
dpt
yes, sir.
source, you have two files, dpt1 and dpt2. One is 10, 20, 30, 40, another one is 50, 60, 70, 80. So our purpose is we want to load both the files. Hmm? Yeah, sure. So change your role name. Okay, your role name is, I think, my July batch. Yeah, July batch role. Keep this because yeah, in real time also you'll be doing this. Don't worry, copy paste job. Change your role name. Okay, earlier it was my, I think, some CZ batch. You know, CZ means I gave one training for Capgemini. So I created that CZ role. So yeah, now use your role, July batch. Okay, July batch. That means your role I have used. And delimiter is comma. So leave it. So and anyway, see, I have created these tables, CZ for while giving training to Capgemini people. So forget about it. Change this table to your table, DPT. Copy DPT, and I mean, you can also give columns like this, or you can just give just table name. Okay, so copy table from, you see, this is called manifest. Manifest means, you know, in one directory, in Unix terminology, it's called directory. In one path, you will give like this slash. Means it will consider everything that is there after this slash. Okay, so in this directory or in this bucket, we have two files. We want to load both the files at the same time. So that is our use case. And one of the prerequisite to achieve this use case is both the files should have same delimiter. That is common sense. Do you agree or not? You can load any number of files, but all the files should have same delimiter and same set of columns. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Prasad, your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we can run it now. Bus. It will load. So after this load, you should have 10 records in that table, right? 10, 20,
Yes.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Bus completed. 10 bus. See, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Up to 40, one file, 50 to 100, one file. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, same,
Yes, sir.
yeah, like that only. Okay, if it is a, Parquet file, you just mention here Parquet. But that's all, nothing you will do. And if we see for in the same path you have multiple files, it will load all the files. Or if it has only one file, it will load that file. Okay. Okay, boss.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's move on to unload. Unload is, very simple because in unload, only thing is that there is only select statement. If you should know how to write select, then your unload is done. For example, you see unload, see only in bracket select statement will be there. Okay, it can be simple select like select star from table name, or it can be complex select with multiple joins, this and that, everything. Okay, so that select statement as per your business requirement will be there in that unload. So in the copy table name means you are copying into the table from S3 here to S3, means unload this SQL, whatever the result of this SQL, to this file, means whatever result of that query you will put here. That's what you're saying. Whatever the result that select statement gives, put it here. That's all you're saying. Same IAM role will be same. Okay, so see here also same thing. If you want to unload that file in Parquet, you will just mention Parquet. If you want to unload that file in CSV, you will just mention as CSV. If you want to unload that file JSON, you will just put it here as a JSON, like that. Same thing that you did for copy, you can do this. See here, unload to JSON, means it will unload with the format JSON. If you put Parquet, it unload the file as a Parquet. See, if you put CSV, it will unload that file as a CSV. Okay, you don't have to do anything. See, if you unload that file as a pipe delimiter, it will unload as a pipe delimited. Of course, if you don't mention any also, it will unload it as a pipe delimiter because pipe is a default delimiter. Okay, so I will show you. See here, the point you need to remember is in unload, we will just have a select statement. See here, it is a select with some filter. Select star from venue where venue seats greater than 75,000. Okay, that means whatever the data that comes from this complete select, it will be unloaded to this bucket. Bus. Okay, so see here, wait, I'll first show you Redshift unload syntax. These are all syntax. See here, unload followed by select statement. Okay, your select statement to your S3. This is the S3 where you want to put that file. Authorization means IAM role. That's all. Remaining all optional. You can give format as CSV, Parquet, JSON. Okay, so everything. If you want to give header, it will give header. Header means, for example, from department, there are 3 columns, right? If you give header, it will put department number, DNAME, location on the first line. Otherwise, it will not put, because so that the people who is consuming that file, they will understand. Okay, and this is the order of the columns, department number, DNAME, like that, header. So no header means it will directly give the data, no without header. So delimiter means it will unload with delimited. So these are all the different options which are there in copy also, same thing. Okay, cool. Let's run it. Okay, so unloads. Let's see here. Okay, let us start with Parquet only. I mean, you can do anything. Okay, so just running it with different format, that's all. So select star from DEPT. Okay, we'll run this. So select star, for example, we let us see how much data it. As you already know, this table has some 10 records. See, 10 records. 10, 20, 30, 40, 56, 70, 89. The same thing that we loaded now. I will tell you. Okay, so where you want to unload, I will unload into your, I have created you one bucket, right? July batch. So in July batch only I will unload. I'll create folder, unloads. Okay. So in this unload, I will unload everything. In July batch, unloads. So, okay. So copy S3 URI. So I'll copy this and put it here. See, S3 July batch unloads. Okay. S3 July batch unloads. I want to keep this unloads in your bucket under unload. Okay. So I am role. I want to use your role. This is my role. Okay. I want to use your role. What is your role? Your role is July batch role. So I'll copy this. July batch role. I don't mention anything. Okay. First, I don't mention anything. I'll show you one by one. Can you understand how the unload was looking like? Unload your select statement, whatever you want to unload, that select you will write here. It can be a simple one-line select statement, or it can be complex select with multiple joins and filters as per your business requirement. Okay, so but the thing is there we will specify only select bus. So to where you want to put that file. So we have created unloads in your July batch bucket, and there we want to place and IAM role you will give. Okay. Are you clear with the download statement?
Yes, sir.
Prasad,
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now I will run this. Okay. Then you will know. I know that there is one error will come. Okay. But you have tell me why it will come. You see, for copying, what we are doing while copying, you are reading from S3, put it in table. So for reading, actually for copy or unload, what are the services you are using? One is S3. S3 is one service, simple storage service. AWS services I'm saying, and Redshift is one service. So two services you are using. So for copy, you are copying from S3. Okay, so and the data is inserted into Redshift table. That's fine. So already you are running with AWS user. So AWS user has all the admin users, so is able to insert data into department table. But to copy from S3, which policy you need? S3 read only policy. Because in copy you're just reading data from S3. So if you remember, in the EM, when creating this Jolly batch rule, we have given S3 read only. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Only read only policy.
Yeah, because for copy, reading is permission is required. But while unloading, what we are doing here, we are reading from table. Here you see, we are not reading from S3. We are reading from table, means which will be taken care by the AWS user. Okay, your login user to Redshift, and you are trying to put the data in S3. To place a data in S3, which permission you need?
Read and write. Read and write permissions.
Okay, so I'm not. You're reading data from table and you want to put it in S3. To place in S3 any data, which permission you need on S3?
Right permission.
Yeah, for putting you need write permission. Okay, you're not reading from S3 now. You're reading from table, okay, which is already there for AWS user, my user. Okay, we're talking about Redshift and S3. So you're placing the data in S3. So if you want to write data to S3, what permission you need on S3? Write
Yes, sir.
permission,
Write permission.
right? So actually we don't have write permission means what? It is like, write means what? You can make changes. That's what it mean, right? What does it mean, write permission? You can make changes. That's what it, right? Write means you're able to make some changes.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Read means you can only read. Write means you can write anything into that file.
Yes, sir.
So, so, but this Jolly batch has only read-only permission policy attached. For example, you can just go and see I am in that. This is Jolly batch. In this Jolly batch, you have only S3 read-only, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, no problem. Let's try to run this. So this is what actually you are going to get this error. That's something related to IAM policy error, you will get it. See, S3 service exception, access denied. Access denied. So it is saying access denied, but you should be in. This is what your skill. What is this access denied? What is this access denied? So S3 service exception, access denied. Access denied. It is saying S3 access denied and S3 access denied. Okay, failed to initiate S3 output stream. I see here failed to initiate S3 output stream to this. Okay, that means, you should be able to understand that while reading data or while putting data into S3, it is access denied. Okay, so you should be able to understand there is some issue with the IAM role only. That's what you should understand. Okay, you see, it is saying S3 access denied. Okay, S3, it is saying S3 means there is something to do with S3, and access denied it's saying, so it is access related. So immediately you should know that you should look about role only. Okay, yeah. So analogy, this is called analogy based on the error message. S3 service exception, access denied. Okay, access denied. S3 service exception, access denied. So this is not syntax errors, but something to do with X3 and access. So S3 and access means, yeah, so you can double check, okay, unload is right, okay, select right, okay, S3 is right. Okay, I think something to do with Jola batch. Then you should go and see what is wrong with Jola batch role. So I think per policies you don't have, okay, write permission. You have only read-only permission, but you're trying to write into the test 3. So for writing, read-only access is not enough. So you see what are other policies are there here. See, for S3, what else is there? Okay, add policy. For example, here you can click add policy. Okay, add permission. Attach policy, you can click. Here you can search with S3 what else is there. So DNS, Redshift, S3 full access, S3 output. So I think output read only. I think this is the correct. Remaining all different all other. See, one is DMS, one is QuickSight, other one is I think S3 outposts full access, backup, Lambda read only. So I think S3 full access is the most meaningful policy, right? Among all the policies that are there with S3 with write permission. So S3 full access, we need to select here and you can attach here. Bus. Now your role, Jolly batch role, has both read and write access. Okay. Now you can run this. Okay. So I'm expecting this unload to be completed now. Are you clear till now?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Can I run this? Can I run?
No.
Why?
IAM role will be assigned to the Redshift.
Jola batch is already assigned, right? to this cluster? You see, already Jolly batch rule is already associated with this cluster, right? So Jolly batch rule, I attached the policy. So there is issue with the policy, so I have rectified the policy. But this rule is already attached to the cluster. So you no need to attach again. This
Okay.
rule is already associated with the cluster, right? For example, if you want, you can go and see. You can just go and see clusters. I think properties. You see, Jolly batch rule is already associated in associated IAM roles. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this role, for this role only, we added one new policy, that is with write permission. So you don't have to do it anything now separately. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So can we run this? Are we good to run this or anything else?
You mention the file format.
File format? Sorry?
Yeah, so CSV or Parquet we should mention.
Yeah, that's what I just want to show you. If you don't mention anything, what happens? We'll come one by one. Okay. Right now, I purposely did not mention any file format. Let's see into which file format it will unload. I am expecting if you don't mention anything, it should it should download or unload the file with 5D limited file. So let's see. Okay, that's what default means, right? Yeah, I
So
mean,
one
you see,
question.
yeah.
So if the role is attached to the cluster, then why we need to mention every time role?
If yeah, okay, yeah. You see, if you, that means we role attached and see this role is used only for copy and unload, right? We are not using role for every SQL that we want to run. Okay. So only so by mentioning that we want because here two services are involved. That is one is S3, one is Redshift. So at that time, yes, we will mention that please make use of this role. Because in real time, different services will be used, sometimes Lambda, sometimes Glue. I mean, different. Okay, sometimes secrets mean different. So just because you ascend, it does not mean that it will consider automatically. Otherwise, you see S3 full permission is there, so it can do anything like reading, writing, everything. We have to mention it, right? Whether it should write or read or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is attached so that that is to okay. Yeah, this is authorized. That's all. If you don't attach, you can't even use it. It will say role is not associated. If you attach, yes, we can use this role. And only copy and unloads will be using this role. It's not other skills, we don't use it. Right?
Yeah.
Can we run this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, always let's run. Let us see if there is an issue. Then only we will get right what to think or how to solve that. We will know. We should not afraid, maybe what happened. Nothing will happen. What happened? In the worst case, it will fail. Okay, if it fail, we will get to know. We'll see what is the issue and what is the solution. Was like that we should be. Okay, think that jobs will fail. Okay, and get prepared to find a solution. Okay, but make sure we do everything right. And then let it fail, no problem. So let me run it. Okay, right now we should do everything that is possibly right. Okay, still if we get error, let's see. Okay, okay. Are we good to run this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's run it. I mean, I always think like that because if the error comes, then only you will learn, right? Of course, I can run clean runs. I can run all clean runs. Then how do you know? Right? Because I know I can make sure nothing will fail and run, but you will not learn anything. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it completed. Okay. And purposely I have not mentioned, file format or delimiter or anything. Okay. So we can go back to this unloads and check how the file generated. Okay. Yeah. So July batch unloads. It will take, some 5 seconds, some 10 seconds to refresh the data here once the unload completed. So don't be panic about it. See, it came here, unloads. Okay. So I'll open each file. Okay. And let's see. It has 3 records, right? So other file should have 7 records then. Total we have 10 records. I will tell you why two files generated. I purposely generated this file. Okay. It will have 7 records. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all your 10 records. See here, pipe delimited. Okay, that's what I just want to show. If you don't mention anything, it will generate pipe delimited files. Okay, so yeah, that is unload, default unload. Okay, means if you don't mention anything, it will be pipe delimited text file. Okay, so why two files generated? That is the question. Why two file generated? Because in our cluster we have two slices. Okay, this is D. For example, what is your cluster node? One DC1, right? One DC1. What is your cluster node here? One DC1. Anyone remember what is your cluster node? One DC1 node. Okay. See, no, DC2. Sorry, DC2 large node, number of node 1. Okay. So in DC2 large, you will have two slices. It comes with two slices. Okay. DC2 large node comes with two slices. That also you can validate from here. Okay. Select star from stv underscore slices. Select star from stv underscore slices. Yeah, select star from st underscore slices. If you run, you will know how many slices are there in your cluster. See here, node 0 means only one node. See, both records have node 0 means no one node. Slices 0 and 1 means number will start with 0. That's why 0 and 1. That's all. Okay, only two slices will be there in DC to large. So when you are doing unload, both the slices are working parallelly and generating their own file. That's why you see data with two part 0, okay, 0 0 0 0 0 0 1, two slices, slice 0, slice 1. But let's say that is for parallel processing, which that is a default behavior. Okay, that happens by default like that. Okay, so if you don't want to generate like that, okay, so you can write here parallel off. So that's what it means. Okay, if you want to generate only one file, you have to use this option parallel off. Parallel off means it will generate only one file. Okay, although slices will work parallelly, but you will see only one file. Okay, with parallel off, you can give here same total data or single file, dpt underscore single or one, dpt underscore one file. Okay, then you will that file generated with dpt underscore one file underscore 0 0 0 with that extension it will generate, because we have given parallel of. Okay, let's run this. Let's run this. Understand what it did here? Understand why two files are getting generated? Yeah, it getting generated because slices are working parallelly and generating their own file, but we don't want to do that. Fine, no problem. You just off the parallel off, or you just mention, then it will only generate single file. Okay, so yes, it will generate one file and you can run it. So dpt underscore one file underscore the 0 0 extension it will generate. You can go back and see once the unload is completed. Yeah, so completed. Come back here. Okay, so refresh, unloads. See here, dbt underscore one file. You can also refresh based on timestamp. You can see 2140. Okay, so these are all 2132 means before first run. This is 2140. So dpt underscore one file you can open. Now you will see it will have 10 records. See here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
You can mention header. You see, header. I mean, all the options that I said, right? Header, no header, You see, you can mention, you can play with all these options basically. Add quotes means it will put double quotes for the data. But I'll just show you with header. Okay, so I say parallel on, parallel off. Actually, by default, it's parallel on, means parallel files will be generated. Okay, so if you want, that's why I put parallel off here, because I don't want to have multiple files. I just want only one file. Okay, so you can also put format as CSV, Parquet, JSON. So I will just run this with CSV, this run format CSV. Is I put header right, parallel off, I'll put CSV. See, I put three parameters here. One is parallel off, one is header, one is CSV. So one file underscore. So department underscore CSV. Okay, I'll just give this prefix. So let's run this. Now in this file you will see the header. Header means department number, day name, location in the file itself. Because whenever we are sending the data, sometimes we send with header so that other people will know what columns are coming in the file. Yes or no?
Sir, once tell me headers. Actually, you said that I lost my connection.
Header means it will give the header in the file. Okay, department table will have columns, department number, day name, location, right? You will put them in the header file, in the file generated. Till now we have not we have, you see these files, it does not have any header right here, only data.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So similarly, the even this is source file, forget about this, that is not okay. And I think other files that we have generated in downloads. Yeah, for example, this does not have header. See here, if you don't mention header, how the consumer team or the people who is need this file, they will understand. How will they understand? Okay, what is this 60? What is this sales? What is this BLR? Because in real time, you may be sending some 10, 20, 30, 40 columns, but how do they understand what each field? So sometimes we'll generate the file with header and send it.
Okay,
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir.
so that's why I'm generating this file with header. Okay, and I'm generating with CSV file. So, and I'm generating one file, not parallel. So I parallel off. So let's run this. Yeah, completed. So now I should find this department CSV underscore that file with header. See, this is the file dpt underscore CSV. It will have header. See here, department number, day name, location, header. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now even you send 50 fields, no problem. People can understand, okay, these are the columns we are delivered. So it will be easy for them to understand. Even if some issue happened, they will know which field has this issue. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now you see you can mention JSON. It will generate JSON file. Actually, for JSON you don't need header, but I'm just because in JSON anyway you will field with field name value, right? Key value. So, but no problem, we can run it. You see, it itself failed. Header is not supported, okay, JSON, because tell me why JSON header is not required. Can you tell me why for JSON header is not required?
This one is key value. Okay.
Yeah, because the column names are there in the file itself, right? Department number, day name, location, it will come with values itself. Yes or no? See, I will show you. I will open this file and show you. See JSON, this is the JSON file generated. See, already department number 50, day name, HR logo. So already it comes with key value, key value, key value. Then what is the use of header again? Not required, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that's why the script itself written in such a way that if you put the header, it will not run. That's good, right, Somnath?
Yes, yes. So if any values are null, so in JSON it will come as empty string.
Sorry?
So if your table value there is one null value and we are unloading that to JSON, so
Mm-hmm.
how that will come? That will come as an empty string or
Of course, we can do that, but these things you can also do easily, right? Whatever you get out, we just put it on paper. For example, you say I'll upload this and run this script. Anyway, I can do it in just no time.
yes,
Uh,
sir, I will check it, sir. Not an issue.
no, no, no. We'll just run it. I'm just saying best way.
Hmm.
Update department set um, location equals to null like we did. Okay, where dpt number equals to 100 means for department number 100 we put location null. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, no, I'm just saying if you get, because these things can be easily done, so wherever it is easily done we can do it. Right now we are in the class, so I can do. See here, it's null, right? Can
Yes,
you
sir.
see department number 100 null, no value.
Yes. No value.
Yeah. So now we'll unload and see what JSON will show. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mentioned the name JSON1. Okay. So okay, I think it will not show any value. Okay, it will also blank only there. I think only it will put some double quotes, empty double quotes. Empty double quotes will be there. That's all. Okay, nothing we will be there. So let's see how it will be. You know, when you do practice, you will get maza. I mean, when you do this kind of, different, whatever doubt you get, just put it on paper and do it. Okay, so and put it on paper means write that script, make that change and do it. See, JSON1, this is JSON1. I changed it. Earlier one is JSON. This is JSON1. Or you can just change by last modified date. Okay, in the descending. And then latest file will be this one, JSON1. So, bus, you just open it and see and get your doubt clarified. Self justification. See here, it came null. Okay, so
Okay.
do-
Yeah.
yeah, so even you see, for example, in entry he asked, let's say the same question. Okay, I'm generating unload with JSON file, but some columns have null. Can you tell me how the output will come? So if they ask me, I will say that I will say like this only. See, I think it is blank. That will be my answer. Then the interviewer think that I think he has not done. Or sometimes he will ask, "Are you sure?" Then my answer will be, "I think it's null. I think it's blank." I will tell. Then he will say that, "Okay, I have not done." Okay, that's fine. I mean, if I answer all other questions, he will say, "Okay, that's fine. Okay, move on." He will say like that. If you say that I worked with JSON, then you can tell yes, it will show null. You will say confidently. Okay, I think he will understand that you did it and he will go on to the next. So that is the difference between if you experience and if you don't experience. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So even yeah, it's learning to me as well. For department number 100, you know, null. If there is a null in the source, it will show as null. Of course, I can play, man. I can play games with you. Okay. See, I will show. I will play the game. What game, Here, I can put null as blank. Okay. Yeah, you see, there are some other options, right? If you see the options, it will show. I'll show you how to use that. Unload, right? This is called, super learning. So see here, null as null string means if you want to default with some, null, some default value. Okay, null as null string. Otherwise, you can also do I think, yeah, this is what I'm saying, null as string. You can put, but I think I will tell you one more thing. I'll show you just a second. Copy is there, right? Copy. Here it has many parameters. See here, empty as null. Ignore, no, you see null, I think null as only. Okay, null as blanks accepting where blanks as null. Date format empty as null. Encoding escape. Ignore blank lines. Ignore header null as remove quotes. Yeah, I mean generally while copying, if there is some empty, like blank spaces, you can use this blanks as null or empty as null. Okay, so in the unload also you can use this blanks as null or empty as null, these options. Okay, so okay, and null as to give some default value. I think the same thing, I will copy one of this blanks as null or empty as null or null as, I think in unload also it will share something. Partition manifest header delimiter with zip JSON add quotes null as null string. Okay. Escape allow override clean path parallel grow size region. Okay. Header delimiter fixed width. Yeah. Null as specifies a string that represents null value in unloaded files. Zero length strings for delimiter, white space string for fixed width. Okay. See, unlike data type, whereas define Amazon Redshift repeats super data columns using JSON format and represents it as null. You see? Okay. Yeah, it is said it will show null. Amazon Redshift exports super data columns using JSON format and represents it as null as defined by the JSON format. Okay. In JSON, it will show null, he said. Okay, null he is saying, but I will try to run that, blanks as null, that option. Let's see what happens. Blanks as null. I mean, I'm just playing. Let's see. Okay. Blanks as null. Of course, we can do anything. Okay. Empty as null. Okay. Empty as null. And of course, if you want to display null as some blank, you can use this. You know. I mean, if you want to display null as, something like white space, you can give this, but I don't recommend. Or you can display no data. I mean, such kind of default value, if you want to pass, you can pass, but not required. Let's see. Parallel of. Yeah, let's see. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's see DPD JSON 2 I gave. Uh, he's saying that it will come null. Yes, it will come null if you don't mention these two. But I'm thinking if you mention this two, let's see. Blank says null. Okay. Empty as null. Or null as blank. Okay, yeah, let's run this and see. Boss. We no need to think, we just change it and run it. Oh, syntax error, that means it's not allowed. Parallel of blanks as null, empty as null, blanks as null, empty as null. Okay. Okay. I think empty as null. I think that is allowed only with copy. Yeah. JSON. Yeah. So whatever you mentioned is right. It will take, if there is any nulls, it will take null in the file. Okay. That's why we should always refer documentation only.
Sir, give it as null as.
Yeah, we can. Hmm? Like this,
Yes, sir.
null as blank. Do you see that in the documentation? If it is there in the documentation, it will work. If it's not there, I mean, we cannot say. See, it is clearly mentioned null values are unloaded as null in JSON. You see here. And JSON unloads a JSON file, each containing JSON object representing a full record. Name of each column must be unique. The JSON file boolean values obtained TRF and null values are unloaded as null. Okay, it is cleared 2 times. So no doubt that null values will be represented as null. Okay. See, here also we said, right, null values. See, here also it said null. Null values are unloaded with JSON. Yeah, null only. Okay, anyway, I know it's null. So no worries. But anyway, we'll see this. Okay, it will show it as null. Null showing null is not wrong. Okay, so yeah, that's not supported. So you can go back and see it will show null only. See, null. Okay. Yeah, it is clear that when you are unloading JSON data, null values will be shown as NULL bus. Okay, you can tell confidently. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the same thing. Instead of here, you can just put parquet bus. It will put parquet format. The parquet, you cannot open the data. You can see the generated file, but you cannot open and see. Okay, so yesterday I said this point while unloading. If a parquet file is there, you can load it and query the table, the data that is loaded. But like we are seeing JSON file and other files, we cannot open from S3. Okay, but we can generate parquet file. For example, I'll generate this now. Yeah, completed. So you will find ept underscore parquet. See here, this is your data. Okay. So unlike JSON, CSV, and other files, you cannot open it because that is what Parquet means. It comes with, some zipping with compressed file. So even you want to open, it will not show actual data. It will show some corrupt file. See like this. You can only see this data by copying into a table. Okay. Hello. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, this is the last for unloads. I will copy this and show you whether the 10 records came or not. Okay, I copied this. See, I'll do copy now from that file. Bus. I delete from this table. Okay, or we can see what is there. It has some 10 records, right? Yeah, it has 10 records. Should I delete or run with the same data? Tell man.
Delete.
Huh?
Should delete first, delete and then insert. Copy, then run the copy command.
Yeah. So we'll delete this. Yeah. So select star from. See no data. Okay. So, but to be double checking, just give select count. You should get 0. Count 0. Okay. So this is your parquet file, right? That we generated just now. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm loading that. Just to know that parquet file we cannot open from S3, but we can load it into a table and check the count. Okay. So this is the way we validate parquet files. We know how many files we have unloaded, and that you can know only by loading that file into a table. So now I have loaded. Okay. Now you can see you will get 10 because data got loaded. That is the beauty of dealing with Parquet. Okay, because Parquet means it's actually used to deal with large volumes of data. So it compresses 1/4 of its size. Okay, so you cannot open in while it's in S3. So how do you check whether data is loaded or not? You load it into your target and run the query count bus. So that's what we did now. Same thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
See, the 100 is same as null. No worries. It will load as it is. Okay. Understand? Got everything with copy and
Yes, sir.
download.
Yes, sir.
What about Somnath?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So everything is there here in the documentation. Just try to run. Whatever doubt you get, you try to ask me, okay, in regular classes. If you are getting any, issues or any doubts, no problem. Okay. For example, you may not know some parameters, so I can tell you, okay. For example, you see manifest you asked, okay, that means we need to use slash. So like that, whatever doubt you get, you just ask me, I can tell you what is the corresponding option, if it is. Okay. I mean, that's what, right? I mean, Guru means he knows. Okay, whatever you ask, I should be knowing something about it. Okay, otherwise it may be very difficult for you to figure it out, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
cool. So, try to explore this. The most important things in selecting interview is, the most is copy, unload questions, and SQL queries. These two will decide. If you're not able to write SQL queries, you're unfit, or he will just send you out, boss. Sorry, boss. And you don't, you don't know, or you fail to answer copy, unload queries, he will say, okay, sorry. That means you did not work on it. Remaining all theory concepts, stats and vacuum, analyze, those are all theory, but important. These two are practical and the most important. Okay, remaining and the concepts that are going to cover next time also, they are all theory. Okay, theory means secondary level important. Okay, these are the primary copy, unload, and SQL queries are the most important. All other comes next level, but they are also important because if you can't say what is vacuum and if you don't know what is analyze, if you don't know what is stats, then he will think, yeah, man, this guy is very difficult to cope up once he's in the team, so better don't. Why should he take you when you don't know something? There are many people available who knows those. So my point is everything that I taught is very, very important. But I'm just giving, priority, which is topmost, which is next topmost. But everything is important. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay. I am in the room, right? So I'm not able to talk freely because I thought other people will get disturbed. But otherwise, this is not my style. I used to shout and, talk loudly and freely during the classes. Yeah, so that's why I was talking slowly and, trying to give classes. Do you observe the difference? Do you find that any difference? Uh,
It's a small difference, I guess.
Yes, sir.
yeah. Yeah, I'll try to find, some single room and get out of this. Okay. So I can give freely. Okay. I
Yes, sir, no
mean,
problem.
yeah. Okay, cool. That is one of the difference I found after coming to US. I used, when I was in India, I used to talk, without headphones. But I see people from US, they were using headphones and all. I surprised why these people are using headphones. I mean, we can also talk with laptop speakers, right? I was giving all meetings like that. And in fact, I used to take classes also like that without headphones and all. But I see people from US are using headphones all the time for every simple thing also. So I think this is they are in, yeah, in the common environment where maybe other people are with them or sharing with rooms with others. I don't know what they are doing. But I'm sharing my room means, yeah, this is, some double bedroom flat and some others are also there. And, they're also working and we should not disturb them, right? Yeah. So, yeah, let's see how things will move. But you just follow my classes. Everything that you to do the job will be there with you. Once you get onto a job, don't worry. You can, even you're stuck somewhere, you just give me a ring and, I can tell you what to do, how to do. Bus. Okay.